This is the Westbrook Conservation Initiative, a project to preserve and protect Lake George. The most ambitious environmental project undertaken for Lake George, the Westbrook Conservation Initiative will reap rewards for every part of the lake. Once a stream that meandered through the expanse of wetlands, Westbrook was moved and straightened to accommodate development, and now has become a pipeline for pollutants and sediment. Nature's flawless filtering, an ecological system of checks and balances, has been made ineffective due to the cumulative effects of stormwater runoff from continuing residential and commercial development. The acquisition of the 1,400-acre Berry Pond tract, the headwaters of Westbrook, and the purchase of the 12-acre Gaslight Village parcel at Westbrook's outlet provides the landscape for this comprehensive project that will effectively eliminate the largest source of contaminants to the lake's south basin. An estimated 90% of all sediments will remain behind. The restored wetlands will also filter out more than half of the harmful nutrients carried by stormwater. The 12-acre Gaslight Village area will see demolition of abandoned buildings that have stood empty and decaying for decades. From the rubble will emerge a new environmental park and festival space where stormwater will collect in settling ponds and flow into engineered wetlands before entering Lake George. The ambition of this project and the magnitude of the threat it will eliminate gives everyone who cares for Lake George a stake in its success. We need your help to make this project a reality, and you can be part of the solution.
The stream isn't really doing what it's supposed to do. It's pretty, but it's not effective as a cleansing element of the wetland. Until 50 years ago, this stream meandered through this site in a fashion that was very, very positive for the lake.
The headwaters and the first order streams up in the upper parts of the watershed is where the water quality starts, and that's what's really important about Lake George. That's why Lake George water quality is so unique and clear, because you use these mountainsides. We have very short flow paths to the lake, so that therefore the water doesn't flow overland, have a lot of time to get impacted and a lot of impurities, so the water stays relatively pure. But the natural filtration process is up in the mountains.
Protecting the land is a vital part, not only for water protection and recreational resources, but it actually is Lake George. You know, this is the Adirondacks. This is what people hope to see when they come here, something unique, unlike any other lake that you might visit. The Berry Pond tract connects to the project via water, Westbrook. Any disturbance of soil that might occur in Berry Pond would eventually show results down in Lake George with increased sedimentation and increase in phosphates. So it's very important to protect Berry Pond from the point of view of watershed. It's been on the agenda for a long time.
For hundreds of years, pioneers, military strategists, entrepreneurs, and developers have worked to shape the landscape of Lake George for their own ends. For the first time in its long history, people are working together to restore the lake and its watershed to meet nature's ends. At the heart of this effort is a coalition of government and environmental advocacy organizations working together for the first time.
A great cooperation between 3 municipalities and 3 environmental organizations, which really brought together some groups which people perceive sometimes that we work in opposition, but we've actually brought a great project together through a lot of work.
Whenever you have a private-public partnership in any venture, it's a challenge because our goals are different, and they certainly were when we started out. And we worked it out over a period of about 2.5 to 3 years. The Wood Foundation, which owns the property, was very, very patient and very cooperative with us, and the environmental people really took the lead.
Westbrook is the center of it. It's where we would like to bring people and connect them back to our watershed and allow them to contact and actually see how the watershed works and how we as humans can actually improve that and benefit and correct some of our past mistakes.
The project, as it is currently envisioned, will seek to meet the environmental and economic needs of the region, with a focus on the restoration of the filled-in wetland on which the former amusement park now stands.
Well, we have projects up and down Lake George of various sizes, but by far the West Brook project is the largest, it's the most comprehensive, it's the one that will have the most effect to clean up Lake George.
Lake George is the heartbeat of the economy in the basin. We necessarily look at this environmental restoration as an essential ingredient in preserving for the future the economic value of everything else that you see around Lake George.
With all the parties involved now and with the foresight of the environmental groups and the municipalities working together to purchase the land, it actually brings it to a point where we can do the tremendous things that we just haven't been able to do in the past. And with everybody coming together at once, it's just a phenomenal effort, and we're really looking forward to it.
Partnership is very critical. It's no longer possible for one organization to do it all. It's too expensive, it's too time consuming. You don't have the staff for this, and so partnerships allow so many more things to happen.
These groups have been working on their own various projects, sometimes working together to complement one another, but in this particular project, we've all come together so beautifully.
Accomplishing a project like the West Brook Conservation Initiative requires funding. The estimated cost of the initiative is $15 million.
9 of that will come from contributions of state, local government, and agencies. 6 of it we are setting forth to raise from companies and private individuals. I think that anyone who is passionate about Lake George should see this project as a unique, singular opportunity to make a difference.
This project, this interpretive park, which provides the view shed as you come into the lake, hit the spot with all of the taxpayers. And why wouldn't it? And we finally hit a home run.
To make a contribution or to get more information on the West Brook Conservation Initiative, please click the link on this page and be sure to visit our website often for updates on the West Brook Conservation Initiative.